What's up, my friends? It's Calvin, founder, CEO of Simplero. Today, I wanted to share something with you that really clicked for me some years ago. And it is about how you relate to technology and to your own ability to learn technology and anything really, not just the tech, but since this is a software company, that's something that comes up a lot. And he was inspired by my beloved father. He had this thing where he would go to use computers and use software with a notion in his head of how he thought it should work. Like, my father has a software background, so he used to write code and write software. And he even wrote some software for his own business that wasn't a software company, it was a production company. But he would approach software with a mindset of what he thought it should be like versus what it was like, what is actually. And it made me think and realize, because I have this thing where I've been doing computers since I was 5 years old. I have this thing where it happens all the time where when people will show me like, I can't make it, like they're banging their head against the wall and they're trying to make the computer do something. And then I stand there and I look at it and it works. It behaves. Like, computers know to behave when I'm around, generally speaking, like literally. And that's a whole other conversation, but I really do believe that it's proven scientifically that we can impact random number generators, for example, with our energy. So of course we can impact how the computer operates with our state of mind or being, how our energy, how we approach it. So powerful. So my first online course that I created, and this was in 2008, was called Computer Zen, because the whole idea was to take that Zen approach to computers and software. Don't try to fight it, but understand how it works and then work with it. All right. And when you do that, you'll find that life gets so much easier and funner. Like, figure out the thought behind the software, the mental model behind the software. Then you have your mental model of what you want to accomplish, and then see what's the easiest, what's the most Zen path to getting where I really want. Because you might have a very rigid idea of this is what it should look like. What else can you do? Because you could spend all your life and energy fighting this thing and are advocating for it and being like, oh, it's like, I hate these people are like doing it wrong. It shouldn't be this way. Yeah, you can do that. And it's going to waste a lot of energy. Or you could be like, okay, this is the way it is. What can I do with that? There must be a thinking behind it being the way it is. Maybe there's a better approach that I hadn't thought of, or at least another approach that's at least as good, or maybe just 80% as good, but I can get it done now with no suffering, no struggle, no fighting against anything. All right. So that is the approach that I invite you to take. And it makes all the difference. I had a coaching client in our bootcamp program a couple weeks ago. She came into this coaching call, and you can find, if you join bootcamp, you can actually find this recording in the bootcamp library. And she came in and she's, yeah, things are good, but I'm too slow at the tech. And this is an older woman. English is not her native language, and computers are harder for her. At least that's what she felt. And so I looked at that, because I'm a mind debugger and I have this background in software, so I'm very particular about language. And so I was like, tell me about that. I'm too slow at tech. You see how that's a judgment. It's too slow. It shouldn't be this slow. That's introducing resistance to what is. And whenever you're in resistance to what is, you're less effective than you would be if you were not in resistance to what is. Absolutely, because you're wasting energy on being in a resistance. That energy you could use to actually get where you want. Huh? So we looked at that, and it turned out that I'm too slow at tech was really related to, as a child, she changed schools. I forgot the specific details, but it's like she changed schools and they had a different curriculum, and now she was like a year behind everybody else. And so she had this feeling like, I'm behind. I should be further along. I should be faster, better. I should be like, oh, it shouldn't take this long to do this tech. But it was that old feeling back from, I forget what it was, like third grade or something like that. And so you can see how we can carry these patterns for decades, not being aware. We think it's about the tech, but it's not. It's really about a story, a meaning that we assigned back when we were 7 that it shouldn't be this way. So of resisting what is, of tension. So just recognize when you're getting tense about stuff and choose to relax. Notice the tension in your body and choose to relax it. That is always and every single time going to make you more capable of actually getting what you want, solving the problem, creating the thing that you want to create, or whatever it is. You're going to be more resourceful in a state where you're not wasting your energy being in resistance. And the final thing I want to say about this is there's a phenomenal book by a wonderful woman called Marie Forleo called Everything is Figure Outable. And I love that. I love the book, but I also love the idea. Everything is figure outable. Whatever you want, whatever it is that you want in life, if you want to build $1 million business or just like a 6-figure business, or just have 5 clients and make a little bit of side money, or whatever it is, or feel fulfilled and loved and at home in life and like you belong and like you're worthy of love, whatever it is that you want, it's figure outable. There is a way to get there. It's just a matter of figuring out what that is. You get, and then you do it. And if you're not there, it's just because you haven't figured out what it is yet. But the answer is there. It's probably not where you're looking, which is why I do the coaching that I do, because it's people are looking like, but only always in the wrong place. Because if they were looking in the right place, they would already be there. That's what we do. And these kinds of blind spots and mind bugs are what's keeping you frustrated, and you absolutely can achieve anything that you have a desire for. Literally, my belief is that if God gave you the desire, he also gave you a path to getting there. But it's going to require you to change, because right now you're living in a limited version of yourself where you believe that you're too slow, that you're not where you should be, that you're not safe or secure, that you're not lovable, that you're not good enough in some way. There's some limited version of you that you're living. And that thing that you want is on the other side of you letting go of those ideas. And you're not aware of what they are because it's just who you're being right now. But you have to be a different you to achieve what you want. And that's what I do in my Academy coaching clients. Sometimes we touch about this a little bit in bootcamp when we do coaching, but it's really the home is where we do this is in Simplero Academy. So if you are interested in joining either of those programs, hit the team up. But otherwise, the point here is that you can get anywhere you want to get, but you're going to have to change. And when you stop being in resistance to life, everything flows so much more smoothly. That's my message for you. I love you. I really appreciate you for being here. It's courageous to take the step into trying to do this kind of business, and not even trying, but deciding to do it and actually doing it. Like, you got this. And like, it's a different you than you are now that's got this. Appreciate that you're being on the journey. It's amazing work. Love you. Talk to you at some point.